Super Bowl 57 will kick off at Glendale's State Farm Stadium. But before players can take the field, a lot of work happens behind the scenes. Hello, I'm Sue Bredding with the City of Glendale's Public Affairs team, and we're here to show you how Glendale has been preparing for this showdown for years. From transportation to public safety to economic development, it takes nearly every city department to ensure the game is a big win for all. Let's start with a look at our city's awesome amenities that visitors can enjoy.
Good afternoon, sir, and welcome to the Renaissance.
As football fans check in,
Here enjoy your stay.
they'll get to check out all Glendale has to offer.
You know, if you were a guest at the 2015 Super Bowl here in Glendale, and then you come back this February, you're not going to recognize it because it's grown so much.
There's no shortage of exciting things to do and see around State Farm Stadium in the Sports and Entertainment District. From Tanger Outlets to Topgolf, to the Westgate Entertainment District, to a new concept from Tiger Woods called Pop Stroke, set to open just in time for the big game.
Where you can play on two 18-hole putt-putt golf courses, enjoy beverages, so that not only do you just come here and grab a meal, but you can actually do something and really spend the entire evening or day here.
And stay the night, too. The Sports and Entertainment District has scored plenty of new hotel rooms, up from around 1,000 in 2015 to nearly 1,600 for this Super Bowl.
Wherever you have your bed at is where you normally will eat your meals at and do your shopping at. We're going to see the impact here in Glendale to be significantly higher than in past Super Bowls.
The Super Bowl in 2015 had an economic impact of more than $700 million across the state of Arizona. But for our city, the biggest benefits are typically seen after the fans go home.
While we can offset much of our cost, we don't do it for a direct financial benefit on the short term. Over the long term, there's benefit in that we're going to have hundreds of millions of people that are going to see shots of Glendale and see our entertainment district, that it really helps us when we go to compete for large investments and large job centers coming into our area.
Promising a big win, not only on the field, but for Glendale too.
When it helps us attract and retain businesses and create jobs, that revenue is what we use at City Hall to maintain our streets, to keep a top-notch police and fire department, to build libraries, to really provide the amenities to our community.
Glendale knows how to host mega events. This is our third Super Bowl, and we have major concerts and sporting events here year-round. They're the perfect training ground for our transportation department to make sure that everything runs smoothly on game day.
On Super Bowl Sunday, there won't be any game-winning touchdown passes on these screens,
We're at the Traffic Management Center.
but they will help fans win when it comes to getting to the stadium safely and on time.
I work with our transportation department to make sure that when we have these mega events that the traffic is moving smoothly.
We have 160 cameras placed throughout the city. We monitor all those cameras so we can see traffic at all the intersections. We also are able to do the signal timing at our 206 intersections throughout the city. Also, we have digital message signs that we can post messages on and so forth.
We're just looking for areas where congestion is occurring, why it's occurring, and how do we fix it in the most expedient form.
With eyes in the sky, Glendale PD, ADOT, DPS, and other partnering organizations can not only spot traffic problems quickly, they can do something about them.
They see issues that I don't see, they bring them up to me. I reach out through my radio and I ask the officers out in the field to basically look at and try to resolve whatever that particular incident or situation is.
Traffic signals can be controlled by officers or other authorized people working at the intersections.
There are going to be some times where congestion is a big part of that and traffic gets backed up. But the idea is to get that traffic moving as fast as possible, as smooth as possible, but even more safely as possible.
While they're prepared for anything, Glendale police say an event like the Super Bowl is expected to have less traffic than a normal Cardinals game because fewer people drive themselves.
A lot of the people that are at the event come by bus, motor coach, limos. The rideshare programs are heavily used during Super Bowl.
Even so, Glendale traffic engineer Tony Abbo says there are ways you can make it easier on yourself if you are coming to the game.
Hopefully people get there early enough so they can, enjoy the game, enjoy what the Westgate Entertainment District has to offer, and so we all don't have people coming in at the same time.
With 70,000 fans heading to State Farm Stadium for the big game, safety is our top priority. Glendale's police and fire departments will work with local, regional, and national partners to protect visitors and residents so fans can focus on having fun.
On me.
With this mission,
Hold on, Nim.
lives are on the line.
Red down.
Thankfully, though, today it's just for practice.
He's breathing.
Heart rate is up, fine motor skills start to be affected and stressed. So we're just inducing that stress and training so that we're more capable of handling it if it really happened.
From learning to combat active shooters to finding armed suspects. These drills are crucial for Glendale Police SWAT teams.
All right, clear.
Ahead of Super Bowl 57,
We are preparing for potentially worst case scenarios so that if they did happen, we're not behind the incident, we're in front of it.
with help from local, state, and national partners. Hundreds of officers will be stationed at State Farm Stadium and the surrounding area for the big game. The Department of Public Safety will staff inside the stadium, with Glendale officers and other agencies outside.
First and foremost, hopefully they're a visual deterrent for any type of criminal out there that's planning to do harm.
Also providing traffic control.
We'll have traffic investigators in case there's accidents. We'll have drone assets out there.
And public safety will be a team sport come game day, with Glendale firefighters lending fire protection and emergency medical services.
Because we're part of the Metro Phoenix automatic aid system, we get to draw on the resources from throughout the entire valley. So we'll have all the firefighters, EMTs, and paramedics we need to staff not only inside the footprint, but ensure we're serving our regular customers, our citizens, with our 911 services.
They train for mega events like this year-round, from practicing CPR
Down to the right, down the hall.
to teaming up with police to train on finding and treating victims in dangerous situations.
We do tabletop exercises, making sure we're communicating with each other, so if we ever have to go from event to incident, we're prepared.
Large fire trucks, police cars, and SWAT vehicles are going to be difficult to navigate through Super Bowl crowds. So they'll rely on smaller forms of transportation, like these mini ambulances, so they can get patients where they need to go.
And SWAT teams will be in these off-roading vehicles that can easily drive over curbs and different terrains.
Give me one.
While it takes a lot of practice to devise this perfect Super Bowl play, Glendale's fire and police departments have their eyes on the ball.
So when it comes game day, this team's ready to go.
The Glendale Municipal Airport is expecting a full roster of VIPs to fly in for the big game. Crews are working to finish planned improvements in time for visitors. They reconstructed taxiways to increase capacity and to make it safer. They also repaired cracks on the pavement and repainted the airport building.
The combination of the freshened airfield and the freshened terminal, we really hope that we can make a good impression on people that want to come back.
There will be a welcome party at the airport in the days leading up to the game, with booths promoting Glendale's wonderful attractions. Have a ticket to the Super Bowl? You're in for a treat, both inside the stadium and all around it. Here's a look at the renovations underway to make the area look its best.
From rebuilding streets, to checking water meters, to adding trees and other greenery around the stadium, City of Glendale workers have been busy preparing for the upcoming Super Bowl.
Beautifying the city is an integral part of helping economic development prosper within the city of Glendale. Along with resurfacing approximately 6 miles of streets around the stadium, we've also upgraded the landscape vegetation with drought-tolerant plants, and then also repaired the irrigation system as needed.
Another major improvement to the area, a complete rebuild of Glendale Avenue from 91st Ave to Loop 101. Now residents and visitors will have a brand new road to drive, one that's been reconstructed from the ground up. Bigger and brighter illuminated street signs and realignments of ramps add safety for drivers and pedestrians alike. Closer to the stadium, Glendale installed 22 new wayfinding signs to help people get where they need to be. And the water department is working to make sure clean drinking water supplies meet all of the demands for game day.
Welcome to State Farm Stadium.
Inside the stadium, upgrades have taken place since the last Super Bowl that will help make the game day experience even better for both team members and fans who are in attendance.
This scoreboard this year was replaced in its entirety. We have renovated all of the club level lounge spaces. This art is a recent addition. Our lofts were actually renovated just this year. So this is one of the later renovations in preparation for the Super Bowl. We are currently underway with improvements to our Wi-Fi system throughout the stadium. All of the improvements together total $150 million.
Glendale has been working closely with other cities and our partner, the Super Bowl Host Committee. The Host Committee works with the NFL to create a statewide premier experience full of many lasting memories. And together, we could not be more excited to roll out the red carpet for fans around the world. We're looking forward to a victory for Glendale and the whole state of Arizona.